Brick woke up to the hearty aroma of bacon wafting through the air vent in his bedroom, with a scream hitched in his throat. Although drenched in sweat from last night's nightmare, the smell immediately comforted him. After chugging half of the bottle of water on his nightstand down, Brick swung his legs out of bed whilst throwing back the covers and sat up. The room was cold and chilled his sweat-soaked, naked body. After a moment or two of trying to recollect his nightmare, and failing yet again, he stood up and put on the gym shorts and t-shirt left on the ground the night before. Opening his door and going downstairs, the aroma of breakfast became stronger. Morning summer sunlight breathed through unblinded windows and lit up the downstairs. Walking into the kitchen, his stepmother favored him with a warm smile and a plate of scrambled eggs and crispy bacon. Her smile faltered once she noticed the drying sweat on Brick's face.
"Another nightmare?"
she said. "Yeah," Brick sighed. "Unfortunately."
"Well, some breakfast and a hot cup of coffee should take your mind off it,"
she said, handing him the plate, then turning to the Keurig. "I don't even remember it," Brick was going to say, but told her thanks instead. Brick grabbed a fork out of the drawer of silverware and took his meal to the kitchen table. He began to eat and was delighted with the amazing taste of the simple plate.
"You know, we can call Dr. Ezekiel's office and schedule an appointment if you'd like,"
his stepmother said, turning away from the Keurig. "I'm okay, Bridge. Thank you, though," Brick replied. While Brick liked Dr. Ezekiel, thought he was a laid-back guy and was easy to talk to, Ezekiel never truly understood the fragments of nightmares Brick remembered, and Ezekiel was the best psychologist on the East Coast. Seeing him wouldn't help.
"I'm always here to talk too,"
Bridget told him, grabbing the newly brewed cup of coffee and creamer.
"and so is your father."
Brick was always appreciative of how Bridget was willing to help, but knew in his heart that there was no way she could. "I really appreciate it, really, and I'll talk to you if I think it'll help," Brick responded as she was crossing the room with the coffee and creamer. She set the creamer on the table.
"You know,"
Bridget started with a smile.
"you were always my favorite."
And with an evil grin appearing faster than a bullet shooting out of a gun, Bridget splashed the steaming hot coffee out of the mug into Brick's eyes. It happened so fast that Brick hadn't had the chance to close his eyes. He screamed with a mingled form of pain and horror as his eyes began to bubble. Brick, pawing at his pained face but even more pained eyes, fell backwards in his chair and smacked his head on the tiled floor. It sounded just like throwing a melon down on a concrete sidewalk. A dull, wet thud. Brick, still in excruciating pain, but unable to scream because of now being semi-unconscious, heard a mug break, and then saw a blurry image of Bridget standing over him, holding a ceramic shard. Brick could read what was on the shard, which actually came out to be Pulp F instead of Pulp Fiction, his favorite movie on his favorite mug. Brick's eyes moved to Bridget's evil grinning face and exhilarated eyes. "Why?" And before he could finish, she drove the shard into his right eye, and the lights went out. But there was some light again, light peering through the blinds in Brick's bedroom. Brick sat up in his bed, covered in sweat. He could smell bacon. He stood up out of bed, trying to remember just what his nightmare had been about, and put on gym shorts and a t-shirt left on the ground. He went downstairs into the kitchen. Bridget turned to Brick with a smile and a plate of bacon and eggs, but her smile faltered as she saw the sweat caking Brick's hair and shirt.
"Another nightmare?"
Hey guys and ladies, thanks for watching. Ripley's pissed because the birds are out right outside. Send your story or creepypasta to the email in the description. My shirts, Patreon, Twitter, and Instagram are down there too. support the channel. That it's much appreciated. I do have stories for volume 27, and I'm gonna buckle down and get that done this week, sometime this week. So I don't think I have anything to talk about. Be good to animals, even people. So
Ja, snämar, bärksbus, hrish.
you tell him, hey, my daddy's too busy to be talking to you. You tell him that. Okay. Good job. Did you get a foxtail in your nose last night? Huh? And I had to save you. You did a good job, though.